Hi, beautiful friends. It's LeahMarie, and I have a pick a card here this week for you guys that's all about moving beyond the ordinary. So, when I sat down and asked, what is the collective need for this week, Spirit sent through this message of it being time to move beyond the ordinary, time for us to start embracing our unique visions for life, our unique gifts, our unique ways of expressing ourselves, of adorning ourselves, simply being able to step into your own being and being extraordinary versus ordinary. And so it really feels significant at this time, as I do feel within this last couple weeks, many people had communicated kind of shifting through and closing out a cycle with that last full moon in Aries that was on October 20th. And so with that, it really felt like cycles were changing and really having this push from the universe for us to transcend the ordinary and really start expressing ourselves more individually while doing so from a place of love and compassion for ourselves and being able to set that tone for others to follow in their own unique ways. We're all meant to be these unique expressions of the whole that make the whole what it is. So really coming into a place of celebrating our differences and allowing us to feel united because we get to be ourselves, because we get to authentically express what we came here to express in our own beautiful and special ways. And so really, really feeling important at this time to allow ourselves to do just that. So I will invite you guys in just a moment, it feels like the third one, to check in with your heart, your own intuition, and choose card 1, 2, or 3, or a combination. This is coming from the Seven Energies Oracle, which will be listed in the description box below, along with all the ways to support the channel, to connect with me, and to become part of the Golden Phoenix community in a variety of other ways, online and in person if you're in the Twin Cities. So I'm going to go ahead and start over here with card 1. So we have willing release. So at this time, you are being asked to willingly release things that are no longer serving you. So this is part of how you get to move beyond the ordinary, is through releasing the ordinary, releasing all the things and the ways and the stories that perhaps you have been changing yourself to fit in, changing yourself to feel accepted or to be quote unquote normal according to our current set of standards. Spirit's really guiding you at this time to allow that transformation and release to happen fully, or more fully than perhaps you've ever allowed it before. So we're getting this beautiful energy of the dandelion flowers with a little butterfly up here, which is all about transformation as well. So, really allowing yourself to come into your next stage of transformation, making whatever steps you can make for yourself to express yourself more, to allow yourself to really be more present with what it is that feels right for you, instead of perhaps what you have felt you needed to do in order to fit in with whatever collective you're currently a part of. So many people do augment themselves, augment the way they dress, augment the way they do their hair, what they, like how they present their physical bodies, even the language that they use, in order to fit into the particular collective that they deem to be the one they want to fit in with, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting to fit in, to be liked, to be accepted. What is a challenge and what is being called to be released at this time is if what you're doing is not authentic to your soul, if you're doing it simply because you want to receive acceptance, that's you putting your energy into the hands of the external world, which is essentially you giving your power to other people, to other circumstances, rather than honoring your own authentic expression and allowing yourself to step into being an extraordinary individual. Because when it comes down to the truth, you are incredibly extraordinary, and you are not meant to come here to dress like everyone else, to talk like everyone else, to act like everyone else. You came here to be the unique expression that you are on a soul level. And this has been coming through readings more and more. This is something that Spirit keeps driving home for me and those that are tapping into my collective here, is because it is time for us to start breaking apart these conditionings that we've been allowing to just be the standard, to be the norm, to be the accepted way that things just are. And I really and truly feel that this evolution that we are going through as a collective right now is very intentionally designed to help us realize that we can be accepted and loved, but it has to start first by loving and accepting yourself and asking yourself, what is it that needs to be released at this time? What have you been doing for others that hasn't been you honoring yourself? How have you been changing what you really feel that you want to do or be or embody on a soul level because of outside influences? And so this is a really great time for you to sit in meditation, contemplation, go walk in nature, and really connect with what this means to you. Like, what is it that you want to do if you could, which you can, but you may not be doing yet, right? So consider you get to be who you want to be. You get to speak how you want to speak. You get to dress how you want to dress. You get to do what you want to do and make a living doing it. I really am encouraging you to sit down and get really real with yourself. What would that look like for you? And if you're doing it, awesome. Then ask Spirit what else needs to be released to do it even more, to really get more passionate and empowered about it. And if you're not doing and being and expressing yourself in the way that you want to yet, then it's time to start asking yourself what is standing in between you and that. What might need to get released in order for you to step more into the flow and more into your true, unique, and extraordinary self that is really what you came here to do. So I will tell you there might be a transition period with that. So I will probably be doing other videos kind of touching on that subject, because I feel so often people are afraid to step into their extraordinary self because they're not sure how they're going to be received. They might lose friends, they might lose family, and that does happen sometimes because not everybody is ready to embrace that level of change. But I will tell you from my own experience, all the things, all the people, all the relationships that transformed and that were released when I started stepping into my more extraordinary self, those were all replaced with far more powerful and authentic relationships in which I got to be myself. And not only that, I got to be loved for myself in my unique expression. So it was far more rewarding and powerful than it ever was when I was trying to fit in, when I was trying to do what other people wanted me to do, when I was dressing and acting in a way that was, welcomed and okay by the communities that I was a part of. I wasn't honoring myself, and I also wasn't feeling as powerful, and I also wasn't feeling as happy either. So even though there was loss and transformation in that change, what came out on the other side was a renewed sense of uniqueness, of empowerment, and so much better relationships. So I really encourage you guys to sit with this, to acknowledge what needs to be released, what needs to be looked at and addressed for you. And again, without judgment, because this isn't a judgment if you've been doing things to fit in. I feel that that in and of itself, unfortunately, is very natural for many of us to do that. And what I'm telling you, and what I'm really, Spirit just keeps telling me this over and over and over again, it's time for us to stop trying to be what we think other people want us to be, or what we've been taught is what we should or shouldn't be, and just start being yourself. And sometimes that starts with releasing those old stories, releasing those old beliefs, releasing people that don't support that. And that is according to you and your heart and what feels right for you. And so, really allowing yourself to assess these things at this time, to dive deep within yourself, and to allow that transformation to help so that you can move beyond the ordinary and into the extraordinary. So, thank you so much for picking card 1. Sending you so much love and many blessings for your journey. So shifting to card 2 here, we are receiving the card of bearing fruit. So we're getting this really powerful tree energy and also some butterfly energy up top, and a really powerful sort of energy vortex inside the tree as well. So this feels really important in terms of your connection with the earth, with the gifts that have been rising within you, and it is a very fruitful time for you. So even though I know here in the northern hemisphere we're going into, or we are in fall rather, so it's usually a time more of shedding, this is actually feeling for you that it is a very abundant time, a time where the work that you have invested in yourself to really come into a life that you love, a more extraordinary life that is unique and catered to you and your likes and your passions and your creative flow, is starting to really, really take off. So either this has already happened or it is about to happen for you, that the work that you have been doing, the focus that you have been having, is really going to start yielding more results in the physical world. So I feel like those of you that pick this card, you've probably likely already been diving more into the extraordinary, diving more into what you really came here to do, what types of abundance it is that you're really feeling a calling to your, or calling to your soul to rise, to awaken, to expand. And so I'm also getting this deep sense of a connection with Mother Earth, being out in nature, really diving into the wisdom of the earth itself. So Mother Earth is going through a lot of deep transitions at this time. We're having more natural things occur, volcanoes happening, the continued fires and earthquakes and storms, and all of this energy is churning with Mother Earth because she is working to change. She's working to change her vibration, and she's working to help us change our realities and our vibrations and our relationship with her. So I do feel at this time as well, like your shift into an even more extraordinary way of being has to do with how you align with Mother Earth, her cycles of seasons, her cycles of the moon, her cycles in terms of how you are engaging with her. Are you going out and communing with her, talking with her, allowing her abundance to really be feeding your soul and your purpose for being here? Are you going out each day and literally looking at the beauty and the wonder and the extraordinary magic that we get every day when we get to look at a different sky and we get to experience the change with the plants and the animals and this physical world that is our home? And so really allowing yourselves to not just go through the motions of connecting, but actually allowing yourself to see how extraordinary our reality really is. So again, this is so often about perception, right? So people can go through their life and they can walk outside and they might not see the animals. They might not see the little nuanced changes in the flowers that are blooming or the ones that are dying or the ones that are transitioning, right? But if we start becoming more present with each moment, it's very easy to start seeing the subtle changes, to see this beautiful orchestration that's constantly happening around us. And when you embrace each day and experience from that lens of extraordinary vision, it allows you to experience things in a much more expanded and higher vibrational perspective. And so this is really what I feel you guys are being called to, is it's about you choosing to view life as extraordinary. So pile one was a little different. For you guys, it feels more about making the conscious choice to tell yourself to view life as an extraordinary gift. Now, you can believe that to be true, and if you do, your experience of reality will be that, just as it is anything that you choose to decide to be true for you will be true for you, okay? So this is really spirit wanting you to understand that you are the creator of this reality that you're experiencing. And I'm just getting, these are kind of pinky hues, but Spirit's really calling me to the root chakra, to you feeling rooted in the earth, to you being rooted in your own magic and medicine, and allowing that to create this abundance. And I'm going to bring that in again because there's all these little gold sparkles, and there's so much of this really powerful golden energy coming from behind. So it's like you have all this illumination happening in your past, like clearing all the past stories, all the other heavy wounded trauma, any experiences that perhaps would have had you feeling or believing that life wasn't really that fun, or maybe wasn't all that enjoyable, or had to be hard, or had to be challenging, or you just, maybe you haven't really lived a life of a ton of abundance up until this point. So the idea of bearing fruit is maybe not totally reality for some of you yet. And what Spirit is really saying is it's about you taking on the belief now that you are abundant, that your ideas, your creative projects are going to bear fruit, even if they're not doing it right now. So the analogy of the tree is coming through. So if we were to look at the tree in the fall, in so the northern hemisphere, right? So in the fall the leaves are dying, we're not necessarily thinking, oh, the trees are really prosperous right now, they're actually dying. And then we shift into winter and there's no leaves and all the energy is pulled in. And so if we were to look at that, well, no, there's no fruit being born at that time, right? So we might perceive that there isn't going to be any fruit. However, once we hit that spring and the weather warms and the rains come, bit by bit, the little buds start coming. And even then, the fruit's not there yet. We still have to have the buds open and the flowers happen and then the fruit. So, Spirit wants you to really recognize that the same is true for us. We have these creative ideas that will come to us, and they may not bear fruit when they are just a seed, but we need to plant them and we need to nurture them and care for them. And in time, when we stay the course, when we keep giving them love, they will bear fruit. So this is a sign for many of you if you've been on this journey for a while and perhaps you've been really getting down or just like trying to find a way to like keep pushing forward, like I really feel like this has got to happen, it's going to do something. Spirit's kind of cheering you on, saying yes, stay the course. The abundance is on the way. It's just a matter of time. So really be rooted, grounded in what you're doing, staying true to your course and what your heart is calling you to. And in time, your fruit will start to come forward in so many waves of abundance that you will be able to effortlessly release any of those old feelings, and it will make your next cycle that much easier and more efficient to access and reach those abundant stages as well, because it is about cycles of creativity into completion and manifestation. So really beautiful energy for you, pile two. Thank you so much for coming to the channel and for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I do so appreciate that. Take care. So shifting over to pile three here, card three, we have endless possibilities. So such a beautiful energy coming through when we're talking about moving from the ordinary to the extraordinary, right? And I do feel that when we live an ordinary life, it doesn't really feel, or at least for me, I'll speak for myself, when I was living a more, what I would say, ordinary life, I definitely didn't look at the universe as being infinite in nature. I didn't feel there was infinite or endless possibilities for me. It wasn't until I started truly tapping into the extraordinary nature of life, of being here in a physical body, that I started realizing that there is infinite possibilities. We are infinitely capable of creating and manifesting all of our heart's desires and so much more, especially when we co-create with the universe. And so this star coming in at the top and kind of, it's sort of between it, you know, a little bit at her third eye, but I'm feeling it in the crown as well. And then this beautiful, doesn't even feel like the earth, it feels very cosmic, planetary, star seed vibes with this for sure. Just this energy of you really being able to tap into your infinite creative abilities, to the endless possibilities that are available to you every day, in every relationship, in every interaction, especially when you choose to consciously align with that. And so I'm feeling that star energy coming in. I'm feeling there's sort of this energy of constellations in the back as well. So this is really a much more cosmic card. So some of you who chose this, you may identify as star seeds. You may be stargazers, light workers, really feeling a strong connection with grandmother moon, with other planets, with other extraterrestrial beings, and having them as guides and guardians. And this is a really powerful time for you to start tapping into that cosmic consciousness, to consciously call to those beings from other planes, planets, realms to work with you. Now, if that's something you haven't really dove much into, it's best to kind of just open the door, connect with your heart, and invite in those of the highest vibration that can help guide you in the easiest and most accessible way for you. If it's something that you've already been doing, this is confirmation to keep doing it and perhaps dive into it a little bit deeper. Do some meditations or work to open your third eye and your crown chakra, consciously connecting with the cosmic consciousness and energy in the universe that is available to you to help manifest anything into the physical reality. So there's many exercises and things out there, and I may perhaps, you know, put some guided meditations that will help us connect with our star ancestors. That's something I do quite frequently. And one easy way I can give you in this moment is to simply go outside under the stars and open up communication, gaze at the sky, and just ask that those divine cosmic beings help you with whatever you need help with in your life right now. I did this amazing exercise with a group of individuals that were on my retreat in Colorado this past summer. We all sat out and we set our intentions of things that we wanted to work on, that we wanted help from the cosmic guides. And everybody put out they vocalized those intentions. And within 24 hours, at least one of everybody's intentions was met within that 24 hours. And these really powerful energies from these other realms and dimensions want to come in and help us at this time. It's just about us consciously connecting, communing, and allowing ourselves to be open to the infinite possibilities that are available to us in the universe. Just because you haven't seen these beings doesn't mean that they haven't been a part of your life, watching over and guiding you and giving you messages the whole time you've been here. It also doesn't mean that you haven't been one with them in a conscious way in another incarnation. So there's so many different possibilities that run through with this. It's just really important at this time, in terms of you transcending the ordinary and into the extraordinary. The path that they're telling me for you guys is going to be the most direct, is to start connecting with your star ancestors, with the cosmic council, with the guides of, with cosmic consciousness itself, with the stars, the constellations, the planets. All of those sorts of energies, or any combination of those that resonate with you, are coming through really strongly right now. And I do feel that once you do that, connecting and opening that communication, it will allow you to start seeing how extraordinary you are and how extraordinary this universe is, that we can communicate intuitively or telepathically with beings that we really would only probably perceive as light or energy anyways. And so it's this powerful opportunity for you to connect with more of the universe itself, with more of this beauty and wonder that exists in this cosmos. So I'm a deep stargazer myself and very passionate about this, and really encourage you guys to get out and connect with the night sky and connect with these beautiful divine cosmic beings, to see how they can unfold a path in front of you where you can awaken to the extraordinary that is available in the day-to-day life. So this doesn't have to be just here and there. They can literally show you how can you be living, breathing, and embodying a more extraordinary existence while on this particular planet, because it isn't just limited to these other planets and these other beings. We can in fact have a very extraordinary existence here on planet Earth, because planet Earth is an extraordinary place to be. And this is an amazing time to be alive and to experience a very profound change happening with the earth and with humanity itself. So really beautiful energy for pile 3. Thank you so much for coming to the channel and for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. Please take care and have an amazing week.